Welcome back to Music News TV. This is Tim Hunter, the ultimate source of music news. In today's music news, Doodie Lo. You guys remember him. He was a rapper that was part of the OTF crew with King Von and Lil Durk and all those guys. Well, apparently the news made headlines that I guess last night in Atlanta, Georgia, he was shot in the leg and apparently robbed for his jewelry and some cash. If you guys don't know, there's been a long-standing beef between, I guess, the NBA's young boys camp, which includes his signee, which is Quando Rondo, which so happily his brother or his right-hand man killed King Von in an altercation with Quando Rondo in Atlanta a few years back. Well, there has been beef with the two crews for years, going back and forth, making threats, and a lot of people getting harmed and what have you. Well, it seems that unfortunately, there's been a video going viral as of today, as a matter of fact, showing that Quando Rondo's brother is claiming there's a video showing Doodie Lo's jewelry, and it's apparently being promoted by Quando Rondo's brother. Immediately, you would think, oh yeah, these guys have been going back and forth, and it's, they're never going to stop what happened, right? And that could be the case. But it's kind of funny. I want you guys to think about this. Even though a lot has been going on there, did you guys know as of lately, which I'm sure you guys do if you're fans at all, that NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk has actually been making peace. They actually been talking about connecting when Durk gets free or what have you. And they're talking about just literally, trying to do something to help the young kids out. Now, after Von died, of course, Lil Durk wanted revenge. And of course, King Von's people wanted revenge as well on Quando Rondo and his crew or what have you. Well, that's when Gildy the Kid's cousin, what's his name? I can't think of his name now for some reason. I see his face in my mind. Anyway, Gildy the Kid and his cousin, I guess, were in great communication with Lil Durk. And Lil Durk brought him to Chicago to talk to the guys and talk about forgiveness and letting that go. And I believe they actually did that because nothing happened. They actually stopped talking a lot about that whole situation as a whole. But as of literally last week, NBA YoungBoy and Durk had been talking about peace and talking about connecting when Durk gets out of jail on some peace treaty, and then this happened. Now, I find it kind of odd. I don't know that this guy, Quando Rondo's brother, would be so vicious as to still want to keep things alive and go after Doodie Lo like this. Good thing he didn't kill him. That's a good thing. But nonetheless, that was a negative strike. But it sounds kind of funny. And I say that because I'm an old school guy, and I guess I've seen a lot of infiltration happening, a lot of different things. This just seems kind of random that they would do something like this right before NBA YoungBoy is supposed to go for a hearing for June 3rd, I think it is, to possibly get a bond and actually be relieved freely to go and meet with, NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy got a tour coming up. One of the stops is in Chicago with Quando Rondo. And remember, they were pushing peace with the two head guys. But suddenly, this guy pops out after an assault like this with this guy's jewelry going viral. I just think that's a little bit too obvious there. For one, I don't know if the record label may have paid someone to do this, to keep that activity going for popularity and record sales. I don't know if the FBI has something to do with it. You just never know because they always got a hand in things like the FBI, CIA. Or if it is just a bad move on the part of Quando Rondo's brother. And I don't know if Quando Rondo himself got anything to do with that, but people make their own decisions. But nonetheless, the timing of it is just too odd for me to accept that this is just something that just random happened like this. Literally as of last week, you got these guys pushing peace amongst crews. And out of the blue, you got someone who's going to go to one of the, I guess, opposition and commit a crime like this. I mean, and then turn around and do something viral. I don't know. It just don't sit right with me. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. And like I said, the good thing is no one did get killed, because normally in situations like this, there's another reporting going on, unfortunately. So that's a good thing. And the second thing is, I'll say this: it can be repaired. And well, I'll say this much: NBA YoungBoy can make a statement. I'm sure he looked into things by now and probably wouldn't know what's going on. He could let it be known that, look, he has his hands clean of this, he had nothing to do with this guy or whatever that did that, and he still want to push peace and moving forward with meeting up with Dirk and pushing peace. He can publicly say that, because if he stays quiet, he's going to send another message just by staying quiet. He's going to say that, look, we were just taunting y'all like all the time we've been taunting y'all, like y'all been taunting us, what have you, whatever. We were fake talking peace or whatever. That's what that would say if he don't speak out and use his own words. Keep in mind, when those guys come to Chicago, that could be an issue for real. I mean, only not so much because of the immediate crews, but there's other factors, people that's fans, people, all kind of things. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens, but I hope that they can resolve this situation before it go any further negative, when they have an opportunity to go more positive. Nonetheless, we're going to keep you guys posted. Check us out at musicnewstv.com. And like and subscribe for more. I keep you guys posted with more info coming up soon.